Did you know 80% of wealth is generated through real estate? And 90% of wealth is passed down from generation to generation? Let that sink in for a moment. We're talking about the ways to invest to close the gap today. That's the wealth gap. Stay tuned.
Finances in a rut? Need a way out? Lynn Dimmons is here to help. She's your personal financial rebound coach. Being a wife, mother, and educator, she understands the importance of controlling your finances and building generational wealth. She is here to help you find money you didn't know you had and live life on your terms. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it is true, and it's definitely a good thing. Lynn Dimmons of Dimmons Enterprise offers one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and radio podcast entitled Financial Confidence.
80% of wealth is generated through real estate. Today on Financial Confidence, we're helping you to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money so you can do those things that you're called to do. That's to build generational wealth and leave an inheritance for your children's children. The guiding principle for this show is Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. We also implore that you pray over your finances so you can do those things that you're called to do. If you will, commit this prayer to memory. Lord, help us to value things in this world that are really valuable. That's our relationship with you, our lives, and our families. Help make us responsible stewards of your financial resources, and let us trust your holy word. Eternal glory in thy son, Jesus, we pray. Amen. All right, guys, so just jump right in, right? Because there are so many opportunities out here. We've heard the studies over and over. You've even heard it here on the show. Forbes talking about the wealth gap and how quickly money flows through different communities. In the Asian community, the dollars transfer in 30 days. In the Jewish communities, that's 20 days. In the white community is 17 days. But in the Black communities, it's not even a day. It's 6 hours. 6 hours. Let that marinate for a moment. So as we're thinking about it, guys, we're also looking into that same report, and it's talking about the median wealth for the Black household is scaled to be, or projected to be, 0 by the year 2053. Something has to be done. So as we're thinking about it, guys, I'm Lynn Dimmons. That's Dimmons No Demons here, and I'm here as the financial coach to help you to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money so you can do those things that you're called to do, build generational wealth, and leave an inheritance for your children's children. As we look at this information, guys, if 80% of wealth is generated through real estate, then why are not more of us focusing on it, and why is it not a priority? So thinking through, a lot of this comes through transformation. And if you missed the last podcast in regards to how to transform your relationship with money, I highly recommend that you go back and listen to that so that you can get on the right page and transform your thinking as it refers to or is related to your money relationship or your relationship with money. So guys, the 3 things I want you to write down today, 3 different things that you should be investing in to close the wealth gap. So of course, you probably guessed the first one without me saying anything, and you have to invest in real estate. And oftentimes in the community, there are issues and concerns, especially, and hear me, and I don't want to get on a soapbox, but I do want to share that oftentimes in the community, the passing of a loved one, many of our homes are also lost or sold. There is a missed opportunity in our community when we are not able to continue to hold on to those properties that our loved ones worked so hard to get, worked so hard to keep in the family all of those years. So you have to figure out, what is the priority, number 1? And then number 2, how can I make this happen for me and my family if 80% of the wealth is in real estate? 20% of it, the rest of it falls in stocks and other opportunities. But if 80% of wealth is in real estate, does that not secure the fact that we need to be thinking more in this direction? How do we now get to the point where we can invest in real estate? How do we get to the point that we now not only own our own homes, but we also own other properties and other opportunities, whether that's residential, commercial, you name it, right? How do you get in the game? How do you now move to that next level so that you're investing the right way in order to close the wealth gap? Because saving just won't get it. So as we continue to think about there's tons of opportunity. Guys, there are no excuses in this day and age. And what do I mean by that? You have your Uncle Google, and you can find any piece of information out there that you want to find. All you have to do is be intentional and listen. Now, granted, everything out there is not truth. Everything out there is not 100% going to work for you every time. Everything out there may not be in your best interest. However, you have the opportunity to make an informed decision by going from source to source, various sources, comparing the information, making the decision that's going to work best for you and your money. So thinking about that, there's no excuse for us as we think about how do I get started. Oftentimes, the most difficult thing is taking that first step. We've all heard the saying, right? The heaviest weight at the gym is the front door, right? It's hard to get started. But once you get started, once you take that first step, then things start to fall in place for you. But you have to take that first step. You have to be intentional, and you have to continue to build upon the momentum that you're able to make in your life. So what are the different ways that you can invest in real estate? If you don't own your own home, first, home ownership is one place to begin, right? But if you do, and you have the information you need around home ownership, then thinking about tax liens, tax deeds, thinking about other ways to invest in real estate, think about partnering with a group, coming up with an investor group that actually does it. You name it, there's tons of different ways for you to get started. You just need to be able to think, what am I going to do? How can I now use possibly OPM, other people's money? How can I use other people's money to make this happen for me? Because right now my money won't get it. And if you don't understand what I mean by other people's money, understanding your credit is vital to that piece. I have other podcasts, other videos that I've completed for that, on that, absolutely free. How do you increase your credit score? How do you get credit for your business when your personal credit is shot? So there are different opportunities out there for you. The information is there. Go to Google, Uncle Google. Get the information that you need so that you can build upon the foundations, and go to valid sources, right? Remember when you were in school and they told you not to use Wikipedia because it's not always a reliable source? So make sure that you find those primary sources that you know are going to be good, reputable organizations, companies, financial consultants, etc., who can help you as you learn to build and on this journey. Because if we're going to close the wealth gap, we must do these things. So that was number one. You have to invest in real estate, whether that's land, whether that's a home, whether that's a business, you name it. There are various opportunities out there for you and your family. Like we said, guys, we're here to help you make your money, keep your money, and grow your money so you can do those things that you are called to do. That's build generational wealth and leave an inheritance for your children's children, because nobody cares about your money more than you do, except for your kids, right? We say that all the time, except for your kids. as you're thinking about it, that was number one. Make sure that you're investing in real estate. Learn how to invest in real estate. And if your credit won't get it, then get in there and figure out how can you make your credit get it? How can you have the credit party? How can you get together? Learn more. And when you learn more, go out into the community and teach others, right? Each one teach one. Once you get that information that you need, don't keep it to yourself. Continue to grow, because that zero median wealth by the year 2053 does not sound good at all. So how do we change the trajectory? How do we change this prediction that they have? We go out there, we become intentional and focus. So you go out there, you become intentional and you focus, right, on what the priorities are for you, what the goals are for you. The second thing is investing in stock. And many of us have found that there are different opportunities for you to invest in stock, and it doesn't take a lot of money to invest in stock. It doesn't take a lot. There are many apps out there that can help you to start investing with small amounts. Betterment, Acorn, Robinhood, M1 Finance. The list goes on and on and on. And then there's cryptocurrency. All these different platforms that you can use to now invest as you learn, invest as you learn, invest as you learn. Why? Because if you don't take that first step, if you allow yourself to be frozen with fear, then you never move. If you allow yourself to be frozen by fear, you never move. And remember, we always talk about it. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It feels real to you in your mind because your mind has made it up this extra story that hasn't even happened. Take that first step. Do not allow yourself to be frozen in fear. And it doesn't mean you won't be scared. It just means you're not frozen. Of course you're scared. But do the things that you need to do so that you are intentional and that you are focused. So start to invest, learn how to invest, teach yourself how to invest. I offer courses on investing if you want to do that. There are others. There are tons of people out there who are doing this, who are offering courses on investing. How do you start investing? How do you learn about it? Because you need to know exactly what you are doing. Like I said, nobody cares about your money more than you. Except your children. Can't forget that point. Except your children. So make sure that as you continue to progress on this journey, as we're working to close the wealth gap, that you're using these steps, these opportunities. They're not tricks. These are opportunities. Number one was invest in real estate, because 80% of wealth is earned through real estate. And number two, invest in the stocks. Invest in the stock market. Take little bits and pieces of ownership in businesses and companies that you love. Why? Because you need a yig, a mig, a wig, and a dig. What is that? You need a yearly investing goal, a monthly investing goal, a weekly investing goal, and a daily investing goal. Once you have those goals set, then it gives you a path. It gives you something to work towards. It gives you an opportunity to now reach a destination that you have set for yourself. So make sure that you set that up so that you can identify what it is that you want to do. Identify how you are going to do what you're called to do. That's to build generational wealth and leave an inheritance for your children's children. So learn to invest in real estate, learn to invest in stocks. And the third thing, most important, because without number three, you won't be able to move. Without number three, you'll continue to be frozen in fear. Without number three, nothing is going to change. Without number three, by 2053, the median wealth for the Black family will be zero. And number three is continue to invest in you. Invest in you by understanding that the mind is the most powerful thing that you have. And back in the day, and I know I'm aging myself, we had those commercials, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. It's your mind, you control it, and you have the opportunity to feed it whatever you want to feed it. Don't get caught up in the story that's being told to you subconsciously. No one's saying it out loud, but the story is being fed to you line by line, word by word, letter by letter, subconsciously, as to where you should be. The place that you should have is where you are right now. But dare I say to you, once you take the opportunity to invest in yourself, to educate yourself, to learn for yourself, to read for yourself, to watch the videos for yourself, to read the books, to listen to the audio books. If reading is not your thing, I get it. You don't have time. You have other duties you need to do. You have a job, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a husband, you're a brother, you're a son. It doesn't matter. All of these different titles that we have. But you got to take time to invest in you. The most powerful thing that you can do as you continue to build generational wealth and leave an inheritance for your children's children, because that is what we're called to do. So guys, these are the 3 things that you need to be doing to invest in the wealth gap, or 3 things that you can do. Dare I say 3 things that I highly recommend that you do to ensure that we close the wealth gap. If you hear me, I want to hear from you. Contact us at wytv7.org. Leave us a message. Let us know that this was working. This is it for you. That you are going to continue. You're going to like this. You're going to download it. You're going to listen to it. You're going to put it on repeat. Because this is information that you need to grow, that will help you to continue to grow, that will allow you to be motivated, to be intentional, to be focused. I know I use that word a lot. Intentional, 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 intentional. That's what we have to be if we want to change the future for our families. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of Financial Confidence. Learn more about me at demonsenterprise.com. Yes, I'm Lynn Demons. That's Demons, no demons here. You can also DM me on IG at Demons Speak. That's DEMMONS. We thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of Financial Confidence, where we are helping you to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money so you can do the things that you're called to do. Yep, that's right. Build generational wealth and leave an inheritance for your children's children. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode on wytv7.org. If it has been invaluable for you, go on over to wytv7.org. Leave a donation so we can continue to do what we're doing. That's educating, empowering, and encouraging the masses. We thank you so much. Until then, guys, I'll see you next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, turn on that notification, and share, because sharing is caring. All right, guys, I'll see you again next week. Until then, you stay safe.
Finances in a rut? Need a way out? Lynn Demons is here to help. She's your personal financial rebound coach. Being a wife, mother, and educator, she understands the importance of controlling your finances and building generational wealth. She is here to help you find money you didn't know you had and live life on your terms. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it is true, and it's definitely a good thing. Lynn Demons of Demons Enterprise offers one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and radio podcast entitled Financial Confidence, God's